And say it out loud. Say it out loud.
All right, what's up, people? Welcome back to Making It in Tampa. We got the trio today: Jake Kurtz, Jake Thomas, and then myself, Colton Daly. So welcome. Today's topic, as I think we discussed, is going to be what is your why, and what is the importance of a why, having a why. So you want to start it off on that?
Oh man, I don't think I'm the best one at talking about this, so I'll let Jake Thomas go first. And then I need to think about my answer a little bit more before I go.
Man, I thought I'd let you marinate.
Let me go, man. I'll just
No.
take this. I'll start it off.
Yeah,
right.
Colton can go
He's
first.
he's hot and heavy.
I'm hot and heavy.
He's
I'm
ready to hit.
Man, I think the why is the most important thing that we can have. And I think that's something I lose touch with so frequently, because I think it's not just as important as to why we're doing our bigger purpose in life, but even the little things as well.
Yeah.
You know, but no, the why is everything. I think that's what gives us fuel to our fire. I think that's what motivates us and inspires us to do the little things sometimes we don't want to do, and keep us going. So,
All right. Well, what's your why though? Because I think that's where I want to take the episode. Is like maybe you just define what the why is, but what is your why?
Sure. Well, I think my grand purpose is to become a motivational speaker, to become a life coach. Hopefully one of the greatest that there's ever was. I mean, that's just a dream, to be the best at something, and to change the world, and ultimately I just want to, my why is to help people have a better life, to end suffering, to help people get out of the rat race and really find peace and joy in this small and short life that we really do have. And just become the best version of themselves, man.
And how do you think you found the whole ending suffering part was interesting, and that stood out to me right there. Is there any reason that you think you arrived at that as your why, to kind of end suffering?
Because I suffered, and I went through many years of suffering, through a lot of addiction in the family, and losing a brother to an overdose, and then losing a father 6 months later to cancer, and just having to go through a season of great turmoil, and just finding who I am, and finding the light through that, finding the purpose that God gave me through that platform to speak to people who are going through it. And I just think a lot of our suffering is because of our thoughts and our mind, man. And just being able to free yourself from that little nagging thought that just never stops, man.
Yep, it's interesting. What about you, Jake? What do you think your why is?
Well, it made me think about what you said to me yesterday, like trying to go a little bit deeper. And so trying to take advantage the best way I can of the life that, we've all been given and I've been given. I haven't gone through any suffering like Colton has, but I think that my parents have worked really hard to give me a blessed life, and sacrificed a lot. And so I think my why is not even here yet. It's like a future why. And it's the family that I want to create, leading by example, just being a good husband, for in the future, being a good, hopefully, father later down the road, everything. So I think it's interesting because you don't see it now, like the little things that you do on a day-by-day basis, but, hopefully, as we talk a lot about, like the seeds that we're sowing now may reap a gigantic harvest, but right now we're just watering those seeds, and little by little, like hopefully that harvest comes to fruition later down the road. And so, that's been my why, is just being able to provide, a example to lead by in my community, in my CrossFit gym, at our church, just with everybody that comes in contact with me. And I think that comes with all of our faith walks too, trying to just be more like Christ as well too, and just going from there.
And a lot of the way that you tackle your why has to do with health and helping people with fitness and health. And is there any background or any reason that you think you arrived at that point, knowing that you were going to kind of execute on your why with health and fitness?
I think I treated my body poorly throughout college.
We all did.
Yeah, right? I mean, truthfully, I guess I can't speak for everybody, but I did. I ran my body into the ground. I drank too much.
Downers.
Yeah, I ate
downers.
Yeah, I ate like garbage. And then once all that, it's interesting because once all that was stripped away, you know, there was nothing to it.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's all gone. So now what it is.
Yeah.
And so that's where I created my future why of like, all right, well, like, that got all taken away from me. Now it's time to repurpose.
When you say taken away from you just mean college ended and then that wasn't your life anymore?
Yeah, it was just a, you know, snap of the finger, and it's just like, well, all the friends that I thought I was able to, you know, or I was going to have, you know, after college didn't happen, you know, all the fun times, all the things I held on to.
Yeah.
You know, we talk about it so much, and especially in our faith, is that so many people in the world hold on to these short-term satisfactions.
Yeah.
They don't give them long-term purpose.
Yeah.
And so really trying to like realize after that, all right, I treated my body like garbage. It gave me absolutely nothing. Now it's time to focus on what continually on a daily basis is going to give me the best outcome. And that's helping people live a healthier life and taking back like the purpose that, you know, God has given for them. And then also just leading by example and living a healthy life myself.
It's interesting. Is there anything you guys could say to the person that's like getting out of college right now? Because I feel like probably all of us have, or at least had experience of that moment when you get out of college and you kind of just sit there and you're like, what am I doing with my life? Like, I think it's because we go through those things in college, and like life is so fake during college because you're in a system that like you're never going to be in again as soon as you graduate. And it's like, you obviously, you know, that's when you start to form really bad habits. Like people start taking drugs, drinking alcohol, like, you know, destroying their body for 4 times a week sometimes, eating terribly. Some people fall off of like, you know, fitness and like stop worrying about that stuff. And then you get out of college and you're just like going to a job every day. And you're just like a lot of people just, I feel like, struggle once they get out of school because they're like, what is my life? And do you guys have any tips you would give them for like having that feeling?
I feel like we've definitely touched on this a lot.
Yeah, we've had
like
some episodes on this for sure.
But thing that I would say is, I'd have to talk to them. And something that brought this up was my conversation that I had with Sal Frisella, president of First Forum, and what connected all the dots was that all it took for him to start growing his team was one. And so what I'm trying to get to is that he got to know them. Like he realized that people mattered over things, and he wanted to create a good culture. But what I'm going to connect it to is that find somebody like in your life that like I mean, if it's only your significant other or your parents or something, like start talking to them about like what you love and like what they see you as like loving to do, because sometimes you might not even see it like from the inside, and you might be doing something that you'd be like, oh, I'm not good at that, and somebody from the outside perspective might say like, oh wow, like you're actually really good at that, don't doubt yourself, like and they might call you into your passion and your purpose, and we talk about that all the time. And and so I think really getting to know a person is really hard. Like, I mean, and honestly, like if you ever want to talk to us too, I mean, feel free to message our Instagram page, or like message one of us if something connects of something that we say, because honestly, like I know I can speak for the both of them too. We would rather talk to you about something that's going on, struggle in your life, whether it's, you know, trying to open up a new business, you know, going through significant struggles in your life, or like you're on like a journey where you're trying to get like your life back together. I mean, one of us are going to, you know, want to talk to you, but I think at the end of the day, you got to find a good support system around you.
Yeah. Just, I think we kind of lost touch with the topic. When you were saying Frisella, president of First Forum earlier, you said he wanted to create a culture. He wanted to, and I think that was probably his why. I don't think he went into any of this business saying, I want to make money. I think he really had the intentions of making a difference. And that was his why. And the money will always come with it. So to go back to what you were saying earlier with somebody who's coming out of college, which I think we all experience. I sat in the 9-to-5 job hating my life, absolutely miserable. First of all, it's to honor that. Honor that. Whatever's inside you telling you this is not for you, I have bigger plans for you, you know, to honor that and really take the time to sit with yourself and ask yourself, what is my why? Like, I have this short little life, if I could do anything, something that would fulfill me, something that would honor my gifts and my passions and bring me joy to do every single day, what would that be?
Yep.
And I think people get so caught up in, oh my gosh, it's that doesn't even seem realistic, but it is. It's finding that one person. It's taking the first step. It's creating the website. It's making the first song or writing the first page. Like just begin.
Yep.
Just begin. Just start something, man.
Yeah. Agreed.
That's huge.
I think. I guess I'll answer my why now.
Okay.
So I think my why is kind of like you said. Like I feel so grateful to even been given a life in the first place.
Right.
That I think my ultimate why is to just continue to improve myself to the point where I feel content with myself to where I can just give it to other people.
Right.
And help them with that exact process that I had just gone through. And I think that's a common theme is like the stuff that you go through and the stuff that might have been a negative in your life ends up being your why.
Right.
Because like you went through struggles, now you want to help people with struggles. You went through fitness and health issues, now you want to help people with fitness and health issues.
Right.
So I think I'm still trying to define mine a little bit, but I think that's kind of a major theme is like maybe think about something super negative even that you went through in your past up to this point, and maybe that's somehow connected to your why.
Yeah. That's why, I think Pastor Aaron said a while ago, our pain usually leads us to our purpose.
Exactly.
And even, he did it through the physical body. I did it through, my life experiences. But even, starting your business and going through the process of the growing pains and being patient and watching the growth and being able to help navigate somebody that wants to do on the same route.
Yeah.
Where you made a mistake or where you could have saved time or what helped you the best. That's going to help you a lot.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah.
But even when it comes down to earlier what I was saying, like our whys when it comes to the little things. Like, I know going to the gym sometimes can really suck. Meditating, no one wants to do it. Like breath work, I don't want to do it either. But even in those times, reminding ourselves, what is the why? What is the why of me going to the gym right now? I'm reminding ourselves, I'm doing this to become healthier, to feel better. I'm meditating exactly the same thing, just reminding yourself of the why behind what we're doing.
Yeah, I think people can get lazy without a why, and then they just kind of lose track of their habits and kind of fall into things, because if you don't have that foundation, it's like, how can you fall back on your ultimate reason and your why? So
it stops making it about you too.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I think you have something on you, Jake, where you'll be able to help somebody later down like the road that's going through what you're going through. And
with business, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I think it's a matter of time. Like you have mentors now, and it's just like a matter of time before.
I like to think that one day I'd be able to do for somebody else what my mentors are doing for me.
Right. We're all in our 20s. That's the thing.
No, yeah, I know.
Just being patient, understanding they don't come to pass. It's come to be mentors. And
that's another thing. I think some people try to rush their why and like think they need to have it right now, and it's like if you don't have it, it might not have been revealed to you yet, and just wait for it. It's gonna come.
Yeah. But I think that comes back to what Colton was saying.
Yeah.
Just having a continuous conversation with yourself.
Yeah.
Depending on the season that you're in, just talking about, what do I do? What gets me up every day? What it's in my life. Because I think you realize once you have a strong why, you got to hold on to that.
Dude, it's like pick something.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, I think TD Jakes talked about this with his son, because his son wanted to go do something. He was like, Dad, but I don't know. Like, what if it's not my purpose?
Try it out.
And TD Jakes says, if it's not your purpose, it'll be the thing that leads you to your purpose. So it's pick something.
Yeah.
It's better than having nothing.
Yeah.
And being stagnant and not benefiting mankind whatsoever, the human race, like being a waste of breath, essentially.
Yeah.
Pick something, and go after it. If it's something that doesn't fulfill you, if something inside you saying this is not for me, pick something else. But eventually it'll lead you right to where you have to be.
Yeah, exactly. Like I talk to people with, who are pursuing like a business degree, and they're like, I don't know if I want to get like a finance job or if I want to get a marketing job. I'm just like, just do one, and then you'll find out if you like it or you don't like it.
I got a business degree, and I'm a life coach, and real estate agent, which I needed no degree for. Like, it doesn't matter what your degree is, essentially.
Exactly.
College was a 5-year vacation for me, essentially.
Yeah, but in general, just like if you think you could be good at real estate, if you think you could be a good marketing person, just try one, and the value that you'll get from not succeeding at it is going to eventually lead you to something that you are better at. Because you can it's just like anything else. Like you can just check it off the list and be like, all right, I don't like that.
Yeah.
I had to work at a 9 to 5 for 6 years to realize I didn't like it. Right. And like, yeah, I could look back and be like, yeah, that's 6 years of my life that was wasted, quote unquote. But then it's like, I wouldn't have known that
Definitely
I didn't like it. Yeah. So
essentially, if I didn't work that 9-to-5 job, I wouldn't realize that.
Yeah, I wouldn't have even I wouldn't have even known the alternative. Mm-hmm. So,
all right. Well, I think that's pretty good.
Yeah. What else do you guys got? Anything else?
No, I think just trying to figure out what's next for all of us. I think we talked about it. Just continuing to grow, like whatever on our why, and just realize that we always can take it up to the next level, like, and just growing on whatever's going on in our life right now.
Yeah.
So I don't know what's going on in your guys' life right now that you're trying to take to the next level, and get you towards that purpose, and continuing that drive.
For me, something Jake and I just had an episode before this. It was just, for me earlier, it's learning how to find peace and how to live in the present and live a life full of love, joy, and peace. So that I can do it, so I can help other people navigate those waters and find that through their own life as well. Mm-hmm. So I'm kind of using myself as like a test trial, as a dummy to go through all these processes, so I can help the world with that as well. But one of the things.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think that one of the things I've realized that I'm working on right now is, some people wait till they feel like doing something to do it, and some people do something until they feel like doing it. And I've learned that all these things that I'm seeking do require a little effort. If I want peace, I have to do the breath work. I have to do the meditation. I have to go to the gym. And sometimes I don't feel like doing it, but it's something you have to, really navigate those waters as well. So.
Yeah. I think for me, I need to get a more solid grasp on what my why is, because I find myself getting complacent a lot. And I guess out of anything in my life right now, that's what I'm trying to figure out. How to take to the next level is how to not be so complacent, because I feel like I'll hit a certain point in like revenue for my business, for example, or I'll work out like a certain amount of times per week, or I'll eat healthy meals for like a certain amount of days in a row, and then I just get complacent, and I stop having that drive to like continue to get better, which kind of ultimately goes against like what I just defined a couple minutes ago as my ultimate purpose, which is to continue getting better and better. And it's like, if I'm gonna get complacent at a certain point, then I need to figure out how to take that to the next level. And what I've been trying to do is rely on mentors and like people that have kind of figured it out better than I have. And like, I just had a conversation with a mentor the other day. Like, I got to a certain point in revenue with my business to where I'm super comfortable. I can pay all my bills. I can, go out to eat whenever I want. I can kind of live my lifestyle as if, I don't have financial constraints right now. But it's like, my mentor was like, well, why not make 40 or 50,000 a month? And I'm like, yeah, I mean, it's makes sense.
That portal in perspective.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's funny because
like, think bigger.
There's a fine line there, because it's like, I know what my purpose is, I know the route I'm supposed to take, but sometimes I do get a little stagnant. So I do love making videos. I love making little motivational videos and giving out these little bits of knowledge and wisdom. It makes me feel really good. But I never feel like doing it. And so the other day I was like, man, I haven't made one in a while. No, I did not feel like doing it. I had no idea, but I pulled my camera out, set up my tripod. I was like, what are we going to talk about? Made a video, ended up being 3 minutes. One of the videos I was probably most proud of.
You killed that one.
I ended up getting so many responses from people like, can you please send me this book? Can you give me the link? This is amazing. I need to hear this. I never thought about it like this. So then I felt so good. I was so grateful I made the video, but I did not whatsoever want to make that video. And it goes back to, sometimes you just have to do it until you feel like doing it, man.
100%.
I just posted a video the other day of me helping like coach a friend, and I had a lot of people message me and say like, oh, I need to like try that and like do that. But it was cool because it got me to remember like why I started coaching in the first place was to help people. And I stepped out into I feel like CrossFit's still like a minority in the health and fitness world as far as like training, and realizing that like people like see like what I'm doing and they'll like reach out to me and ask me. And so it's just like pushing the envelope of like, I don't want to post a video or like do it, but thankfully like a friend did it. But it's doing those videos of like, helping somebody, whether it's like for you, like doing your videos, for me, for coaching, just coming back to realizing like, there's people out there that like can experience this and like want to know like what's going on.
Yeah.
And so it's just like informing them and saying like, hey, like, you know, you can do this too.
Do you ask people a lot whenever you coach them or whatever, like, or if you're just giving somebody casual advice about fitness, do you ask them what their why is in terms of their fitness goals and things like that? Because I assume that's probably an early on question.
I do too. I mean, I mean, why did you come into this gym?
Yeah.
Why are you here right now?
Uh-huh.
You got kids? You got a significant other? Like, did you get a bad progress report on your trip to the doctor?
Yeah.
You know, did mom or dad unfortunately pass away due to, you know,
heart disease or something?
Yeah. You know, I mean, that's, you know, at the end of the day, that's it. I mean, I haven't seen it enough, you know, to kind of talk about a lot of topics, but I mean, I've had some, you know, friends that reach out to me and say like, Jake, I love what you're doing. And it's just, I mean, that you have to start off with why are you getting into this, and like, what are your goals?
Yeah.
And, you know, whatever your why is, I want you to hold on to that. I want you to put it in the locked box, keep it on your chest for forever and ever, because that morning when it comes to like 5 a.m. and you don't want to get up,
you gotta remember
the only time
that.
you can do it.
Yep.
You got to wake up, hit the snooze button, throw your phone off the like balcony, you know, and tell yourself like, I'm going to do this because of this.
Yeah. Don't throw your phone off the balcony.
Well, don't throw your phone off the balcony. But, I mean, yeah, that's why we had to talk this topic. And obviously my conversation with Sal was so huge. Cause it really, I think if you ever meet somebody and like want to talk about it. I mean, I know I'm looking at Roberto right now, just looking at the topic that we talked about a long time ago and we've discussed here is the you know, what are you struggling with? And like, you know, ask about that, talk about your why, and you'll really figure out and be able to help somebody.
Yeah, because like, I think a lot of my issue with fitness and health was that I didn't have a very defined why. Because I would go for a little bit and then be like, all right, like I'm starting to lose a little bit of fat on my stomach, like I'm good.
Yeah.
And then it's like, why not get a six pack? Why not get more muscle? Why not look better? Why not feel better?
Yeah. But I think you can try to progress and level up in every aspect of your life. It's the same thing with your mentor too. Yeah. And I mean, in a sense, like I look to you guys, and you guys know I talk about it all the time, but it's like, you know, I want you guys to be able to level up in your health and fitness, because then it's like, what am I doing here, you know, being your friends and being supportive? It's like, you know, I'm here to be accountable for you guys whenever you need it, where, you know, I check in with you guys and Jake will be like, oh, like send me a picture of, you know, the broccoli rice and chicken that he eats or something. I mean, but that's cool though, because if I become that in your life, you know, that's significant to me, because then I'm able to like hold you accountable and like remember that why. And so if I have that conversation with you and you tell me, you know, your why, I can always remind you, even though you might not remind yourself.
Exactly. Yeah.
And so just being, you know, I think if you're hearing this too, find that individual, find somebody like Colton who, you know, is going to be able to like send you a message or send you a video. Like, I think you should do that. I don't know why I just thought of that. Like somebody you can get, you know, motivational videos from, like from Colton. If you want to just like text Colton and he can just like send you a nice little motivational video in the morning.
Colton, I'm tired. Wake me up.
You know, so, I mean, you know, just finding those people in your life that always remember your why too. Cause I know you'll always have those days where you struggle. You know. Yeah, definitely. So, well, but I think that was good, guys.
Good stuff.
So, but
cool. You want to close us out, Jake?
I will. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate your time. Hope you guys are having an amazing day. If you have any feedback, anything for us, any topics you'd like for us to talk about, we'd love to hear them. Shoot us a message on our Instagram page, and feel free to let us know how we're doing. We love you guys. We appreciate the support, and we hope you have an amazing day. Thanks.
Say it out loud. Say